Jumping right into our first smart topic today, Jenny McCarthy is convinced it contributed to her son's autism. Gwyneth Paltrow blames it for her extra holiday pounds. And The View's Elizabeth Hasselbeck says it caused her years of chronic pain. We're talking about gluten.
That's right, and you've probably heard of the term a lot lately. A lot of stars are promoting gluten-free diets. But did you know the diet was actually created for those who are intolerant to gluten? It's called celiac disease.
That's right, it's a pretty serious disease. It's out there and becoming more and more common. And going gluten-free, can be costly. It is hard to do that. According to Gluten-Free Raleigh, gluten-free foods are actually on average 242 times more expensive than their non-gluten-free counterparts. So it is a challenge for people suffering from celiac disease. A lot of you have been sounding off on our Smart Family 15 Facebook page about whether or not you would try this diet and why. And Valletta Kemp says, I've been gluten-free for about a year, not because of the fad, but because of health issues. I feel so much better without the gluten. It's amazing. Just hate that the fad has made the higher prices even higher for gluten-free products.
And Paulina says, no way, I love bread way too much. Letta Sonia says, some things I eat are gluten-free. It's not bad at all. And you can always join in on the conversation at facebook.com/smartfamily15. You know we're reading your comments, so why not log in and let's chat. Connie?
Thanks, Daphne. Well, joining us now are Aline Schwartz, who is a gluten-intolerant person, and Dr. Sasson Malavi, who is a medical director for Smart for Life. Welcome to both of you. Nice to have you here.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. You've got a beautiful tan. I'm thinking you must have just come back from vacation. Is this?
I live in Florida.
You look very healthy.
Thank you.
Hey, let's talk about gluten for people. Give us kind of a 101. What is gluten?
Gluten is a protein that's found in a lot of, in whey and barley, and when we cooked with it, when we bake with it, it's good actually because it holds things together. But unfortunately, a lot more people are becoming intolerant to it.
Yeah.
We say 30 million people in the US are intolerant to gluten.
Wow.
And 3 million have celiac disease, which is a very serious disease. And gluten products are starting to taste better, and that's why it's becoming so popular now. Because 20 years ago, they were unedible. You couldn't eat gluten-free products. They tasted so bad.
And yet it seems like they probably are not very beneficial to our body if we've got so many people coming down with celiac disease and other things that could be associated with it.
Right. Gluten, for most people, is okay if they eat 40 grams of it a day. It's not a problem. But if you have intolerance to it, or if you have celiac disease, then you get into trouble.
Yeah. Aline, for you, tell me about your symptoms. What was it about gluten that was a problem for you?
I was very lethargic, and I was just gastrointestinally, it was hard on me. Yeah. And I had a lot of migraines.
And so by going gluten-free, how has that changed your body?
I'm feeling lighter all the time, and I don't get as many headaches.
Much different, yeah.
Yes,
now,
healthier.
Some people are saying that they're really using this for weight loss as well. Explain how that works.
Well, there were no studies that show that gluten-free diets actually help you lose weight. But when people become gluten intolerant, they start reading labels. They start eating better. And actually, at Smart for Life, which is a weight loss company, we started making gluten-free products because we felt that people who are actually gluten intolerant can actually gain more weight because they're hungry all the time because they'll never get enough of the minerals and vitamins they need, so they eat more. So about 40% of people who are gluten intolerant are actually overweight. So when they start watching the gluten, they lose the weight and they feel better. And we think that a lot of other diseases are related to gluten, to this allergy.
So when your body kind of balances from not having the gluten, then you're not as hungry anymore and you're kind of eating a normal amount.
Exactly, because you're finally absorbing all the minerals and vitamins that you need, because when you have celiac disease or when you have gluten intolerance, your absorption rate decreases. You don't absorb a lot of fats, you don't absorb minerals, you can get osteoporosis because you're not absorbing vitamin D and calcium, so those things happen.
Yeah. Let's talk about weight loss for you, Aileen. How did this help you?
Well, I've lost 131 pounds.
131 pounds. Wow. And how long did that take?
Since February of 08.
February of 08. So it is a lifetime change, isn't it, for you?
Yeah. Lifestyle,
And so how do you feel now? Because I'm sure it's a whole other person, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Very
gone.
much so, yes, the other person's no longer here.
Not coming back.
That's right.
That's great. Let's talk about some of those symptoms for people so that they know kind of what they should be looking at and what they would be seeing if they maybe have the same thing what you were talking about with the low energy. So low energy is very common with this bloating and diarrhea, acne, headaches, tingling, muscle and joint pain. You know, a lot of those signs can be signs of other things too. So how do we know for sure? Is there a blood test? Is there some kind of a medical exam?
For celiac disease, it's a biopsy and a blood test. And for gluten intolerance, it's more difficult. So some people will come out completely normal. So for people who think they have gluten intolerance, actually don't stop eating gluten. Continue eating gluten and go to your doctor while you're still on gluten, because if you stop eating gluten, all those markers are going to go away, and the doctor will say you're normal.
Go while you're still eating it all.
Exactly.
We're out of time, but I know you've got your bars, and there's a whole food line out there. If it's called Smart for Life, if you're interested in it. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Aileen.
Thank
That's
you.
wonderful. Daphne?
Yes.